Alright guys, today we're back with another firearms review, and today on the channel we'll be reviewing the Zastava M92. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we are back. Once again today we're going to be reviewing the Zastava Arms M92. This is a 7.62x39 AK-47 AKM variant, depending on how you want to say it. Right now we do have one in the chamber because we just got done sighting in the optics. Let's go ahead and take our first few shots with the firearm. Alright, empty. So now that we are empty, let's go ahead and talk about it. All right guys, now that we have a few rounds through it, let's go ahead and look at it a little bit. So in the top here, we have a different type of a muzzle set here. So what I have on it right now is a chemo muzzle brake and then an adapter for this. And you can see, you can sit here and turn it with your fingers, which isn't good. And that's why we don't have a suppressor mounted on it today. But it is a different type of a thread system underneath here. I think technically speaking, it is a one or M13 and a half or something like that. I'll put it in the description right now below. But that being said, it's a little bit different of how you would thread your brake on here, and the only thing that I can think that I can do from here on out, because like I said, I bought this adapter for the actual threads here to thread onto a normal actual suppressor thread, and I didn't think it through is the easiest way to put it. Okay, so anyway, so we're going to have to take this conversion thing off of it, and then once we do that, I'll be getting with JMac Customs to get the correct chemo muzzle brake to put on it so I can run this with a suppressor. So, moving back from there, we do have a UTG set of Picatinny rails. It has one at the 9, 12, and 6 o'clock. This is also marked as a Zastava, but it is a UTG set. Coming back from there, we do have a fold-up dust cover, which is very nice. So if I want to run an optic on here or clean my gun, I can fold up that, get everything cleaned inside, slam back down, and it locks up and it keeps the zero on the gun, which is nice. So that's probably one of the most interesting things I've seen on these Zastavas here. I don't know why they don't have the rest of their arms or the rest of their rifles like that, because believe me, that's one of the most interesting aspects I've seen on these Zastava, on this one right here anyway. So coming back from there, we do have a Timney Arms trigger. You all know what that feels like. It's one of the best Timney AK triggers on the market. Actually, probably still my favorite. It's a cassette style trigger, very nice. Coming down from there, I have put a Magpul MOE K2 grip on it. It does feel good in my hands, and I like the way it feels. It does come with a kind of a standard AK grip to it before that, but we have outfitted this one a little bit just for this review. All right, coming back from there, guys, we do have a Midwest Industries folding stock or brace adapter, whichever one. And coming back from there, we still do have a brace on it. So let's go ahead and take some more shots with it, see what we think. Woo! All right, guys, I can say one thing. She is loud and she is proud, especially that muzzle brake on there. We are getting a little bit of change in accuracy with this, and I think it's because of, like I said, my mess up on that. But otherwise than that, before we did put this on here, it was a very accurate rifle. We did have it sighted in and everything like that. So that being said as well, Timney trigger does great. This thing is heavier than lead, I will say that. It will wear you down quickly, especially if you're not working out or a bigger man. All right, guys, we got loaded up once again. We've got 2 rounds in this one. Fresh mag behind me. Let's go ahead and check my reloads with it. And God, she's getting hot. We're 85 degrees here in Kentucky, and I can tell you one thing, it's starting to seep through on me. That metal handguard there, it will soak up the heat very, very quickly. So that's just something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and get a good reset. All right, let's go ahead and load up the empty magazine and switch to on. As you can tell, I'm a AR guy. There we go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and let it cool down for a second because she's burning my hand bad, boys. Alright guys, so now that we are back out here, let's go ahead, load her up, and let her go to town real quick. Alrighty, so we are empty with that one. Go ahead and change out real quick. Woo! Dropped her steel target. Empty. Alrighty. You can see, boys, she is a smoking. So, Zastava M92, AK-47, 7.62 by 31. Full metal jacket. So anyway, very interesting rifle altogether. Pistol. So, that being said, one of my favorite AK pistols on the market. She is a heavy as a best bug, I'll tell you though, especially with that rail here on the front. Fully loaded magazine, this thing will start to weigh on you very quickly. So, that being said, she is good for what she's good for. We have on the front here a key mod with a adapter for the thread pitch. It is turning on us a little bit. Yes, I am a little bit crazy. I should have just bought one of the JMac Customs to where I could have direct threaded that, or not direct threaded, but just thread it down on top of it to as tight as possible because it is moving on us, so it's not thread or suppressor capable right now this second. There we go. I know she ain't gonna stay there, but that being said, that's what I should have done. That's one thing if I had to redo on this rifle for Zastava, I would have made it to where the actual barrel itself was threaded to a decent thread pitch, because the M1.5 by 13 left-handed, whatever it is, it's just not, it doesn't have the normal accessories that you could use for most AKs or ARs right now. So, you know, that's one thing I would change out of itself. But besides that, though, we've had a pretty good time with her. She shoots like a drop of rain, and especially the weight to it and the way that she reciprocates that, you know, the way it comes back in my chest. I can do 2 taps pretty quickly, especially with this muzzle brake or the one that comes with it from factory. But like I said, with this muzzle brake, one that comes with it from factory, the recoil, it stays pretty flat. It doesn't go to the left or to the right or anything like that. It just does a very good job with it. So let's go ahead and shoot some more. Whew, she's smoking. As you can see, I had to take my hand off up there for a second because it started burning me pretty bad. That's one other thing, is that with that metal that metal grip up there, it acts like a heat sink. So every bit of that heat coming off that barrel, you can't even touch that thing right now. It starts to burn you. So one thing to take in consideration, if you're wanting to get one of these, you might not want to get this rail. It is a great looking rail, but what we fire 3 rounds and then fully loaded mag, so YouTube compliant 29 round magazine, and another YouTube compliant 29 round magazine, and she's so hot that I can't even touch her. I had to switch to the magazine even halfway through that last mag. So that being said, if you can try and find you one maybe a little bit like a polymer or a rubber or something like that, it'd probably do a lot better, because like I said, after pretty much 1.5 mags, you can't even touch her. She's so hot, and like I said, ooh, that's real hot. So that's something to take into consideration. Let's go ahead and let her cool down, grab some more mags, and we'll get right back out here. All right, guys, we are back once again with the Zastava M92. Let's go ahead and load her up a little bit and shoot. All right, empty. Well, I'll tell you one thing, if you shoot this in tube long, you'll be growing bigger arms than what I've got, because this thing right here is heavier than your daddy's boots, if you know what I mean. She is not a lightweight, so if you're a kind of a scrawnier guy, or not working out is the easiest way to put it, this gun might not be the gun for you. Ooh, she's getting hot again. There we go, empty. But she's a smoking like a freight train, let me tell you. But that will be about it for the Zastava M92 review. So, what is our final takebacks on this pistol? Once again, with the 7.62 by 39 with a 10.5 inch barrel, or 10 and 10.3, whatever this one is, your biggest thing here is that the 7.62 by 39 does not gain that much power or velocity through powder burn as most other rifles such as 5.56. So this one right here with a 10-inch barrel, you're still getting them velocities that are back close to that 16-inch AK-47. On top of that, it's very easy to control, especially with a muzzle brake on it. Now, if you put like a flash hider or something like that, it might not be near as easy as we have done today, but still very easy to control. And once again, it's heavy as a tractor tar, so I mean, you'll get your workout quick with one of these things. But that being said, it's a great rifle, or pistol, sorry. It's a great pistol, and I really do enjoy it. Once again, though, something I could change if I would is that barrel threading or whatever it is, or that muzzle device change or whatever. That's just, we're in 2025. Everybody knows what makes the most, or what the most common thread is in 7.62 by 39. Why just not make it that instead of having that one thing to where you have to go to 3 different places to find it and talk to somebody's grandmother or whatever else to find a muzzle device that works properly with this gun. That's your biggest thing. They should have changed that by now, because believe me, Reddit is eat up with people saying, yeah, this is stupid. So that's something they should have changed on that a long time ago. Not only that, but this rail here, once again, it's a heat sink, and yes, I understand it's back close to the barrel, so you know it would have to be a heat sink, and there's a lot of pressure coming out of this gun, but you might want to look at getting a different type, maybe of a polymer or a rubber, or something along them lines than this metal rail, because it is eating me up as we speak. Once again, for our 29 rounds, changed out the magazine. Halfway through that mag, I had to change it out again because it was eating me up. It was so hot. So that's something else to consider. But coming back from there, you do have this to where if I need to clean it, all I have to do is do this. I can clean the whole entire gun, and there we go, slam it back down, and the actual pistol still keeps accurate. So I like that. It's easy to clean. You don't have to worry about having to re-zero in your gun every time you clean it. It's just perfect, and I like that about it. Plus, too, if you're wondering how we're taking them quick of a shots, we do have the Timney AK trigger in here. So once again, thank you to Timney for that trigger. We always do appreciate y'all, so thank you for that. If I had to put my life on one type of AK trigger, it would be the Timney, because it does an amazing job. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But coming back from there, smooth as the day is long. Ain't got to do nothing about, ain't got to worry nothing about that. You can easily access your fire and safety depending on how you want to use it. I would change out the magazine release a little bit because it is a little bit short. Can miss it every now and then, as you've seen throughout the video. We did change out the grip to a mag pull grip, so that right there works pretty well. And we are running the SBA4 brace on here. So nice pistol overall. There's a few things I would change on it and a few things I wouldn't. But that being said, as you can see, it just looks sexy. It really does. But guys, I appreciate y'all viewing as always. If you have any questions or comments on the Zastava M92, please leave in the comment section below to get back to you as soon as possible. Once again, thank you to Zastava for sending the gun out to the channel to review for you all. If it wasn't for them, we would not be able to do this review. So thank you to Zastava. That being said, guys, appreciate y'all viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.